Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. I do pick a card readings and today we have a poll winner. So I posted a poll in the community tab and this one out. So we are going to be doing why did you meet this person? Why did you meet them? So we are looking at why a specific person came into your life. And we're going to kind of get a little deep with it. Stay tuned because I will do a reading breakdown. But to get started, I wanted to do a little bit more of a cozy vibe today. So you're going to see the lighting is not as bright as it usually is. Let me know if you like that in the comments below. But we have three options. Option number one is going to be the agate lightning bolt. Option number two is going to be this beautiful star. I actually don't know what crystal it is. I can't think of it at the moment, so I'm not going to misidentify it. I'm sure someone knows. Option number three is another agate moon, and it has a beautiful druzy in the middle. Look at that. But pause the video if you need to. Ask yourself which pile or piles have a message for you. And let's get started. Before we jump into the actual readings, I wanted to do a reading breakdown so that way you know what to expect and you know what you are going to be getting in this reading. So we are going to kick off the readings by looking at who each person is. So we're going to look at your energy. We're going to look at their energy. This is going to help you confirm if the person that is on your mind is the person that is coming through in the reading. Sometimes you want to know about a specific person, but there's a different person that wants to come in and communicate with you. That's fine. That's also to confirm that the person being described is you, just to make sure that you have the right pile. We are going to be looking at the connecting energies between the both of you. We are going to look at how do they currently view you and how you currently view them. We are going to look at blessings that this person has brought into your life as well as lessons. We are going to look at the future of the connection, if any. We're going to kind of look at what the future is for you specifically, but also within the connection. And then we're going to close things out by getting advice. So if that sounds like a good reading for you, stay tuned. Let's get started. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the lightning bolt here. And it is a beautiful agate with a beautiful druzy right there in the middle. As you can see, we're going to place that right over here. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. If you're not resonating, just look for a different pile or a different reading. But I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning. I highly recommend you check that out. But we are going to start by looking at the energies of both people involved. So it is going to be person A and person B. My intention is that my viewer is on the left and your person is on the right. That being said, sometimes it's switched around. So if you resonate with one of the sides or if you resonate with both, sometimes, the people that we connect with mirror us. That is perfectly fine. But if neither of these people sound like you, then this is not your pile. Let's get started. So person number one or person A is the deer and the storyteller, and it says ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. The shadow attribute is making up tales that harm others. I don't know how I want this to look yet. All right, that looks good. And person B is the cheetah. Okay. These are very interesting energies, and we're going to get into it. And also the athlete, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. The shadow attributes, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. And we're going to talk about these and the connecting energies in this reading, or for both of you. Man holding a coin, strategy, and woman holding a heart. I'm trying to figure out how I want these to look. I think let's do this for now. I may switch it up in a minute. Um, so let's talk about my dear person. And I want to start here with my dear person. So my dear person is more than likely my viewer. My dear person is someone who is very spiritual. You are very kind, very gentle. This dear person is someone who is very compassionate, very loving, very caring. The dear person is very nurturing. This is also someone who is a bit of an introvert, I would say. That's coming through. At the very least, my dear person requires a good amount of time to spend on, just recharging, also on creative pursuits, because I do feel my dear person with the dear card here and the storyteller, you are someone who is very, very creative. Some of you could actually be writers, others of you really enjoy reading or creating something. It could be painting, drawing, music. Some of you are tarot readers. You could be Reiki practitioners. Someone here could be a librarian with the deer and the storyteller here. But regardless of what you do on your off time or for work, my dear person is very intuitive, very graceful, and you have a very loving energy about you. Your aura is very, very soft, very inviting. So my dear person, you are someone, and I'm speaking to you because I really do believe, looking at these two energies, that my viewer is this person here. So you are someone that is very giving. Sometimes you give a little too much. Sometimes you're a bit too forgiving. And people can sense that about you. My dear person is someone who operates from the heart chakra. And this is a very beautiful energy to have. And it also attracts a lot of people your way because your energy is so loving and so giving and so compassionate that people can sense that about you. I'm also getting your solar plexus and your heart chakras are very active. You, as a child, you were very wise, very, very much an old soul, I would say. For some of you, earth and water coming up very strongly here. So the earth signs being Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the water signs Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That doesn't have to be true in order for the reading to resonate, but take that as extra confirmation. You enjoy relationships, you enjoy connections, you enjoy connecting with other people. My dear person is someone who operates from the divine feminine. So you really have that energy of, like I said, it's a very nurturing, giving, loving energy that you have. It's a very receptive energy and a very forgiving energy as well. For some of you, you could be parents. You could also be kind of just the nurturer in your friend group, in your family, meaning that when something is happening, you are the person other people seek out. For some of you, you consider yourself a highly sensitive person or a empath, or it could be both. You've been on a spiritual journey probably for most of your life. Like very early on, you knew there was more to life and you knew that you believed in something bigger than yourself. For some of you, you grew up in a religion that was very limiting and you ended up leaving that and finding spirituality. But it feels like for the dear storyteller person, spirituality has been a very important part of their life. And you are very protective of the people that you love. You worry about those that you love, right? You're the one that wants to make sure that your friends made it home okay after you went out to eat. You're the one that checks up on your family members to make sure that they have everything that they need. You are the one that watches the news and you get really upset because something bad is happening to someone. So it's a very loving energy that is here. And what's very interesting is that your person is coming up as almost the complete opposite of your energy, because let's talk about the cheetah person. And in this deck, the Chiga person, or the Chiga, I should say, represents the energy of fire. So it's, it's a faster moving energy. It's a more, not to say that the fire energies are reckless, but I do feel that this person's energy can be a bit reckless at times. It's not like they don't always take the time to think things through. But as I was saying, they are being represented by fire, so they could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air signs also coming through here, with a little bit of earth. So the air signs being Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But your person is someone who is the complete opposite of you. While my dear person operates from the divine feminine, the Chiga person operates from the divine masculine. And regardless of their gender, this person can be more about action. This person is a force to be reckoned with. They are very extroverted for most of you. For some of you, they could be introverted or an ambivert, but I will say, to me, this Chiga person, for most of you, this is going to be someone who is very extroverted. They're very outgoing. They are very focused on achievement and success. They are very focused on receiving outside recognition. So while I think that the dear person can be okay with being who they are, the Chiga person feels like they need to put on a show. They feel like they need to be recognized. They feel like they need to stand out. They feel like, for some of them, there's almost this energy of bigger than life, of they want to be bigger than life. And they need that constant outside acceptance. And also, this is not someone who can usually sit with themselves and be okay. This is someone who's constantly go, go, go. And part of the reason that they're always on the go is because they're not fully comfortable with their internal world, which is very much the opposite of my dear person, because I do feel that the dear person can really enjoy their time alone and really go within and introspect. The Chiga person is not someone who enjoys that, and I don't even get that the Chiga person necessarily enjoys feeling their feelings. They like going through their highs, they like experiencing life and having fun, but this isn't someone who's going to really sit and decipher what they're feeling or take time to make space for those feelings. As I was saying, this is someone who's very achievement focused. So this is someone who's constantly working at something, somebody who constantly wants to be recognized for something. This Chiga person is they're very energetic. They're also a bit impatient at times, and they're very competitive, and sometimes they take it a little too far with their competitive nature. They are meant to connect to purpose in this lifetime. They are meant to kind of slow down a bit and go within, but they are absolutely avoiding that. Especially as they are showing up right now, this person is avoiding that. This person is avoiding having to sit with themselves. Because what's interesting is, for the connecting energies, man holding a coin is this person's energy here. And woman holding a heart is your energy here. And strategy is part of this connection. So let's talk about this, because this is truly a case of opposites attract. And what I think happened here is that my dear person sees the Chiga person and they are so lively. This is someone who's very charming, by the way. This is someone who's very charismatic. This is someone who is very good looking as well. I do think that they have a very nice body, very nice features. And so does my dear person. I'm not saying that they don't, but this is someone who really, really stands out. So when these two meet, what happens is the dear person is captivated by the Chiga person. And the Chiga person is a bit, what's the word I wanted to use here? The Chiga person is a bit dumbfounded. That is the word that's coming through by the dear person, because this is someone who is usually surrounded by people who, like themselves, are very outwardly focused, who, like themselves, keep things very surface level. So when they meet, when they see each other, what happens here is magnetism. I want to know more about this because this is not the type of person that I'm usually surrounded by. So that curiosity, that wanting to know more, that mystery, if you will. So the connection here itself is one that's very passionate. I do think for this group, there's definitely some sort of, romantic attachment here. Whether this took off and this is a relationship or this is not a relationship and it was something that, it was a crush energy. I do feel that very strongly here. I don't feel this fits for people that are not, at the very least, attracted to the other person. Like, there is attraction here. There is romantic attraction here. So as far as the connecting energies, I feel that my dear person sees the potential in the cheetah. But you don't only see the potential of what they show. You see the potential of who they could be. And I'm saying who they could be because it's there, but that's not exactly what they are. It's not what they're diving into at this point. And the cheetah person sees in the deer someone who is so nurturing and loving and caring that they are really drawn to that energy. And I want to say that the cheetah person definitely has a more root chakra driven energy to them. They have that reddish oranges, kind of like the picture there, aura. So it's much more aggressive. So this is a connection where I think both of you approach this with open arms at first. And then some of the issues may start to present themselves. So for many of you, this is someone that you are currently in separation with. This is someone that you are currently either not with in a romantic relationship, situationship, or, not contacting them at all. And I think that is because the approach was very different. Because I think that my dear person comes into this offering their full heart, offering all of what they have. And the cheetah person comes into this almost as an afterthought, meaning that they had other priorities. And for some of you, this has been going on for a very long time. For some of you, this is a back and forth, hot and cold, on and off situation, where this person is not putting in as much effort as you are, my pile number one. And there's almost, because with the strategy card, I do feel that the cheetah person plays some games with the deer person and they know what they're doing. Like, there may be some manipulation, but this is conscious. Like, this person knows how to push your buttons, right? They know how to pull on your energy. They know how to get a reaction out of you. So let's actually get into more of the reading because I want to see how they view you and how you view them. So this is currently, how does this person view you and how you view them? So this is how they view you. Actually, let's put that on top of here. And how you view them. Okay. Actually, you know what? I did intend for this because this is how they view you and this is how you view them. I do want to keep it that way. So, my dear person, how this person views you, right? I hate to say this, but it's almost like a burden. It's almost like heavy energy. It's almost like, I don't necessarily want to deal with this. They feel overwhelmed. And I think they feel overwhelmed because they know that what they are doing is not necessarily what they are supposed to be doing. And like I said, the cheetah person is playing games. The cheetah person is playing games, absolutely playing games. And they know this. But the thing is, this person enjoys having you around. This is the type of person where they may kind of disappear for a while, but they want to keep you, they want to string you along, right? So If they feel your energy is being pulled back, or if they, because I do think this is someone who kind of keeps an eye on you and spies on you and all the things. So they will reach out and they will try to, hook you back in. But currently, right now, where you are currently at, where you're watching this reading, there is this energy of they feel overwhelmed, they feel burdened. So they're viewing you as something, right? Someone that they just don't know what to do with. Something that it's almost like this person knows that they have to take action, but they're not ready and they don't want to. Why? Because they're playing games. Why? Because they want their cake and they want to eat it too. Because they want to be able to focus on what it is that they're trying to accomplish. And for some of you, this person is really just focused on career. This person is really focused on how they appear in the world and how they show up, and they just want attention. For others of you, and I think if this is for you, you know this person is also getting the attention of other romantic partners or or just they're playing the field, if you will. So how they currently view you is as heavyweight, not because of anything you've done, pile number one, but because of who they are and what they know they have to do or not do. So this is the energy of, I don't want to, but I don't want to get out of the way either. They're really, for some of them, they're really kind of trying, just like I said, stringing you along. So how you view them, and I chuckled when I saw it. That's why I chuckled when I turned it around. The Fool card. You see this person as immature. You see this person as irresponsible. And I'm going to be honest, you see this person as a literal fool. And pile number one, I am team you right now, and they are a fool. And for many of you, pile number one, you are realizing that this person is playing games. You are realizing that perhaps they're not as unaware as you assume them to be at some point. Because I think for some of you, because you see their potential, you assume that they just don't understand their own potential. And while that could be true, for some, this Chica person knows exactly. Actually, I would say for most, this Chica person knows exactly what they are doing. They know exactly the games that they are playing, and they know how to keep you on the line. And you are realizing, for some of you, you're coming to the realization that this is just not who you need. This is just not someone who's going to be able to give you what you want and what you need in a connection. For others of you, you still have hope that this person is going to grow and mature and expand and come around and live up to their potential. The thing is, pile number one, you are living your potential. This person is still living in their shadow attributes. This person is still operating from their lower self, not their higher self like you. So let's take a look at the blessings and the lessons. And I want to start with the blessings. So what blessings did this, and it's 2 cards for the blessings, 2 cards for the lessons. So what blessings did this connection bring to your life? Death and rebirth, and 2 of swords. Okay. So the blessings that this has brought in for you, pile number one, has been one of transformation. You have grown through this experience with this person, through this connection with this person. You have grown, you have evolved, you have expanded. And for some of you, you've even gained self-confidence through this. Who you were when you met this person is not who you are at this point in time. I don't care if you've only known them for 3 months, a month, 5 years, 10 years, who knows? You have changed so much because you've had to. You are someone who's very intuitive. And your intuition is on point, but you tend to doubt yourself. And part of what this connection, part of what this person has brought into your life is the realization that you know what's up. For some of you, this person has gaslighted you, where you may have known something was off. You may have known something was not true. You may have known something was not adding up. And this person for a while convinced you that you were wrong. And through this connection, what you have learned is that you are not wrong. What you have learned is that you can trust your instincts, your intuition, that you can trust yourself. For some of you, you have walked away from this person. You're asking yourself what the purpose was, but you've walked away from this. You know this is not good for you. For others of you, you're still in the process of figuring out what the actual energies are, and you're still in the process of figuring out what you want to do going forward. But I think for the majority of you, you see them for who they are because we have the Fool card as to how you see them. And yes, that can be a maturity, but that is also quite literally the Fool. Quite literally immaturity. So part of the lessons has been the transformation where you have grown to be more secure within yourself, and where you have also set boundaries, where you have had to practice self-love. Because for many of you, you had to put your foot down. You had to say, I love myself enough to know that I do not deserve this treatment. I love myself enough to walk away. And a big blessing for many of you has been the blessing of being able to make decisions and feeling good about the decisions that you have had to make in your life and in this connection. And I do think for quite a few of you, this has been a long time process. This has been a connection that has been around for a long time. This doesn't feel like something that was just on and off and it lasted 3 months and it's done and over with. That could be the case. But for the majority, this could be years. This could be even more than a decade for one or two of you. And what you are doing is you are holding people more accountable for their actions. And you are holding yourself accountable as well. And you are not allowing foolishness anymore. You are not allowing games. So a big lesson here has been inner growth for you. More self-worth. More self-confidence, more self-love. And this didn't come easy, right? This was very difficult for many. But you learned it. You've grown, you've expanded. Let's take a look at the lessons that this person has taught you. Wow, the 7 of Swords, yeah. And the Lovers, yep. The 7 of Swords, there's definitely gaslighting here. There's been gaslighting here. There's been some form of just... You've had to set boundaries. The lessons that this person came in to teach you was about soulmates. That someone can be a soulmate, that you can love someone. But that doesn't mean that they get to get away with the way that they treat you. That sometimes we have to love someone from afar. Part of what you've learned is that everybody's journey is their own, and that sometimes you have to take a step back and allow people to go on their own journey. And that, I think for many of you, that was a very hard one because, like I said, my viewer, all of you, I would say, are the dear person. And you felt responsible. You felt like you could help this person. And not in a, I can change them way, because I don't think that's how you were approaching this, but in a, I know that there's so much more to them. I can support them. This person can grow. There's more to this person. And there is. I'm not saying that there isn't. For many of them, there is, but they have to be willing to go within. The lessons here were also what you want and what you need and what you can and cannot deal with. The lessons here were definitely around boundaries. Many of you had to remove rose-colored glasses and see things for what they were, because you weren't seeing things for what they were. Because there was a lot of, you picked the lightning bolt. There was a lot of ups and downs. This is like roller coaster energy. The highs were high, the lows were lows, hot and cold. For some of you, this person would shut you out. Some of you, this person would come back in and out. For a few of you, you may have children with this person. You may share children with this person. For a few of you, this could be a separation where you are married, but you're currently separated. Some of you could be divorced from this person. These were very heavy lessons that you had to learn. And I'm going to say the lessons that this person was meant to learn, and I'm not sure if they actually learned them because I'm not really looking that far into their energy, was that they were supposed to learn from you. They were supposed to learn how to be more introspective, how to be more self-aware, how to put love and relationship above all else. And I do think there has been transformations for them as well through this connection, through this relationship. But I will also say they're fighting it because it's not comfortable for them. Pile number 1, you've grown so much through this. And again, this wasn't easy. Let's take a look at the future. What's the future here? Ooh, the Lovers again. So the Lovers twice. Temperance. 6 of Cups. Okay. So for the future of this connection, I'm seeing 2 very likely possibilities. Again, it's a general reading, so take the one that resonates the most with you. For some, there's going to be an eventual chance at reconciliation. Now, if you are listening to this, because I do think a good number of you are probably just completely done with this. If you know that that is not possible for you, that is not the outcome. But for those of you where you are open to reconciling with this person, there is that opportunity here. But they have to do the work, and you have to hold them accountable for doing the work. Not that you have to handhold them and take them and make them do the work, but you have to make sure that they're showing up in a different energy, and you have to hold them accountable that if they show up with the same energy that they've been showing up with, that you are not going to allow it. And I think for a very few amount of you, this could be something that comes back together and works out. For the grand majority of you, the future is a different love connection, a different soulmate coming in for you, pile number 1. And this is someone who is more emotionally available. This is someone who is more balanced. This is someone who is more honest. This is someone who is more gentle. This is someone who could absolutely be a life partner. For some of you, if you are a single parent, this is someone who would make a great step parent. This is someone who knows what they want. This is also someone who has been through their own shit. Honestly, they've been through their own stuff. They've been through difficult relationships. But for those of you that resonate with the message that this is a completely different connection and relationship, this connection is what you would have wanted with the cheetah person, but they never came around. This is someone who is similar to the cheetah person in some ways, but they're emotionally available, because I don't think the cheetah person was as emotionally available as they decided to portray themselves to be. Regardless of which message you resonate with as to the future, there's a lot of healing here for you. And one thing that's coming through is that this is a soulmate. This soulmate was meant to come in. They were meant to teach you lessons, and you were meant to teach them lessons. But it was open-ended, and their higher self wants them to learn the lessons. It's just that they haven't learned it yet. For some of them, they will have to repeat these lessons in future lifetimes, if you believe in multiple lifetimes. That's what's coming through with them. And for some of you, if you've already moved on and this person tries to come back, it's going to be too late. Some of them, you may move on and you may meet someone new who is good to you, who loves you, who treats you right. And this person, that's when they're going to have their aha moment, and they may try to come back, and it's going to be too late for them. And that would be part of their lesson. That would be part of what they're supposed to go through, to realize that not everything is a joke. I did pull 2 messages of love cards. Let's see what it says here. Yeah. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Yeah. For many of you, this is not the person you end up with. Like I said, for a very few of you, this could be. Take it as it resonates. But for many of you, this person was here to teach, regardless, actually. If you end up with them or not, if you get back with them or not, if you open that door to them or not, this person was meant to teach you a very important spiritual lesson. It was part of the blueprint. And chemistry, the attraction you feel is mutual. So there is a lot of attraction there. And this is a relationship that really, as I said in the beginning, this was very passionate. This was very sparks, right? Like the sparks are there. We're into each other. Let's go. There still is chemistry there. And there probably will be for many of you, for a few of you. But this is also a reminder that you need more than just chemistry. You need more than just physical stuff, right? You need actual intimacy. You need someone who is available. You need someone who is honest. You need someone who shows up. And that is coming in for you if it hasn't already, pile number 1. And for some of you, it's going to be very fast when it shows up. It could be a coworker. If you have children, you could meet this person at like an event, school, something along those lines. But yeah, let's get some advice for you. So let's start here. I deeply love and value myself, and I effortlessly attract nurturing and fulfilling relationships that bring boundless joy and harmony. Yeah. That sums it up, right? That's the type of connection you need. And if that's not what you're getting, you need to hold out until it comes through. Because as I said, for my dear person, you needed to build that confidence. You needed to build that self-love, that self-worth. And you have. Don't accept any less than that. And that is what you are manifesting if it's not already in your life. We have turn lemons into lessons, and that's what you're doing. You're growing, pile number 1. You understand the importance of making the best, right? Turning that lemon into lemonade. And you are not going to repeat. You're not someone who repeats mistakes. You are not someone who is going to let somebody else come in and put you through what you've been through. Finally, we have set your intentions with heart and soul. So, pile number one, this is a time where you're really being asked, especially for those of you that are single and open to connecting with someone and looking for a relationship. You are really being asked to focus on what it is that you want and manifest it in all areas of your life, but especially in love and relationships. But pile number one, that is what I have for you. I hope it resonates. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. We will talk very soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the star. Look at how pretty that is. I'm going to place that right there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning. I highly recommend that you check that out. But we are going to start the reading by looking at your energy, your person's energy, and the connecting energies. So, my intention when I laid out the cards is that the person on the left is my viewer, the person on the right is the person that's coming through for you, and these are going to be the connecting energies. If you do not resonate with this person or this person, this is probably not your reading. If it's reversed, just take it in the reverse. And if you feel like you are being described by both and so is your person, there are, we usually do have relationships where we mirror one another or connections where we mirror one another. So that's probably why that's happening. But let's get started. So person number one is the octopus. Oh, I love octopus energy. And person number one's other card here is the Avenger, which says desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Are some of you into the Avengers, like Marvel? If so, we can be friends. All right. Person number two is the dragonfly. Okay. And the student, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Shadow attributes, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Ooh. And the connecting energies, the thinking woman, the world, and indecision. Okay. Let's get started. So we're going to start by talking about my octopus person. So the octopus is a water animal. At least, it's being represented by, obviously it's a water animal, but it's being represented by the element of water is what I meant to say. So my octopus person can absolutely be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It could be sun, moon, rising, or it could be just significant energy. At the same time, that doesn't have to be true for the reading to resonate. I'm also seeing the earth signs here for the octopus person really being represented. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But the octopus person is someone who is very loving, someone who feels things very deeply, someone who is also very intelligent. I do feel this is someone who is very wise, but also very intelligent. Like this is someone who would be very book smart to me, but they also have the street smarts. The octopus person is someone who cares very deeply about many things. And this is someone, especially with this Avenger card here, that will sometimes, really fight the fight, if you will. Like this person is going to make sure that they stand up for what they believe in. This is the type of person where they're going to put their money, time, energy into the causes that matter to them. This is someone who really enjoys being in connection. This is someone who really likes to experience intimacy. This person is very loving. This person's love language is probably acts of service and physical touch. I do feel my octopus person really likes to cuddle, really likes to spend time indoors with their person. And this is someone who could absolutely stay in bed lounging with someone all day long and just spending their time with that person that they love. This is also someone who enjoys being close, intimately close to others, not only physically, but emotionally. They require a lot of this person requires a lot of closeness, a lot of, this is like the type of person that wants to really get close to you. They want to really get to know you. They want to know everything about you, and they never get enough of their partner. They never get enough of the people that they love, because even when it's not a romantic situation, this octopus person really enjoys being close and helping people out and really getting to know the people that they love. Now, I will say the octopus person can be anxious at times, especially if they're not, and this is true for everyone, but especially for this octopus person, where if they are not clear on where the other person is at, they can become a bit anxious. I would say a lot of my octopus person or octopi, I guess, people are anxiously attached. Where this is someone who's very sensitive to other people's moods and energies, and they can really read the energy. And if something feels slightly off, this is someone who would notice it immediately and start asking questions like, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? I feel that you are distant. I feel that you are pulling away. What's happening? Talk to me. This is also someone who really yearns for their life partner, for their best friend, for that, if this person wants a family, they definitely yearn for that. They want that ideal representation of what they think a relationship should be. And again, not just in romance, but this could be like best friend, coworkers, this is what it should be, this is what I want. This octopus person has probably been in relationships that have not been the healthiest. And this octopus person has probably, been in relationships that have gotten a bit convoluted, I would say, because this is someone that they give their all. And this is someone who is willing to do the work, sometimes overlooking the other person's lack of their lack of input into the relationship. And that applies to friendships as well. Like, this is someone who could absolutely, even when it comes to friendships, like, they're doing everything and the other person is not, and they continue to do that. Again, there is an energy of anxiously attached for some of my octopi people. But this person does it out of love. This person does it because they mean well. And again, this is someone who's very giving, very loving. They want to provide. This is the energy of a provider as well. And part of what the octopus person has learned is to be mindful when they are connecting with others, because I do feel this person has grown and evolved, and they are now at a point where they're no longer unhealthily codependent, because at one point this octopus person was unhealthily codependent or kind of clingy at times. That's the best way. That's the word that's coming through. But the octopus person has also worked on boundaries with themselves and with others. Now I want to talk about the dragonfly, because the dragonfly and the student has a very interesting energy. And before we get started, let's talk about it. This person is being represented by the dragonfly, and the dragonfly is an air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is being represented here. This person does not have to have those signs for this to resonate. I'm also getting earth signs here as well. So again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this dragonfly person is very ethereal. This dragonfly person, for most of them, they're very introverted. And I do feel the octopus person is an ambivert, where they definitely want to connect, but there is they can kind of go between extrovert and introvert, but they do need their time to go within and to recharge their energy. But the dragonfly is someone who sees things very clearly. The dragonfly is someone who sees things for what they are as well. This is not someone who is easily fooled. And if they allow themselves to be fooled, there is a part of them deep down within that knows the truth. This dragonfly person is very busy. They have a lot of intellectual pursuits. They have a lot of interest, a lot of hobbies. They have a lot of things that they want to accomplish. This dragonfly person is, they almost have this magical quality to them. They can come across as a bit mysterious. And they're very good at seeing different perspectives. They're very good at seeing what could be and understanding other people's perspectives, and they're very open-minded. This is someone who is very open-minded. They do have a very welcoming energy. They have a very curious energy. The dragonfly is also very good at grounding themselves. This is someone who always comes across as being put together and very grounded. And I will say, I don't think the octopus person always comes across that way. Like, the octopus person can sometimes get overwhelmed with feelings, and it shows, like, people can see it, where the dragonfly really kind of operates out of their mental space. So they always appear to kind of have it together. And I think that that's part of what kind of draws them into each other. The dragonfly person is someone who is very joyful, they come across as happy, they come across as very lighthearted, but don't let that exterior confuse you, because this is someone who has a very deep internal world. Now, I want to talk about, and for some of you, this person is quite literally a student. This person could be a teacher. This person could have spent a lot of time as a student. This could be someone who has a career path where they had to spend a lot of time in school. Like, this could be like a doctor. This could be a lawyer. This could be, for some, this is a lawyer. This is someone who works in the legal system. For some, this octopus person is in some sort of psychology field. It could be coaching, counseling, therapist, teacher coming in as well here. This person could be like an accountant, an analyst, trying to throw as much as it's coming through. That way you can confirm if it resonates, or take it as confirmation if that makes sense. But let's talk about the connecting energies, because we have the thinking woman, we have indecision, and we have the world. So the connection between these two is one that's not very clear at this time. For some, this connection has ended, where it's, and I want to say, for this specific pile, this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. This could be a friend, this could be a coworker, this could be somebody that you knew, this could absolutely be romance. But there's a lot of unknowns here with this connecting energy. And we're going to get more into describing exactly what's happening currently. But this feels, for some of you, There's a lot of confusion here because you don't exactly know what this is. You haven't quite defined what this is. And for those of you that resonate with this being something romantic, I feel that the octopus is overthinking this. And that the dragonfly person is kind of taking it slow. This could be something that's new for some of you. For others of you, it's been going on for a while. But regardless of what the actual connection is, the theme here is that right now things are up in the air. The theme here is that right now, and I think there's been an element to this connection that has been in this energy the entire time of the unknown, of not being sure exactly what this is and what are we, right? Are we close friends? Are we lovers? Are we partners? Are we what are we? And there's a lot of overthinking that happens in this connection. There's also a lot of desire in this connection where I do think, especially one person, and I think for most it's going to be the octopus person, really seeing a lot of possibility with this, seeing, a big picture with this, where what we could be great, but we haven't really decided. For some, this could be an on and off connection. This could be somebody that you recently started dating. This could be someone that you've dated before and you're no longer in connection with this person. Or again, it could be a friendship. It could be it doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. But there's a lot of indecision here. There's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of things that have not been defined and that are not clear at this point, even though there's also a lot of desire. And I think that the dragonfly person is the one that is kind of calling the shots, because I think that the octopus person may be more open to this and may want more. Let's get into, I pulled some cards for how they view you. So how they view you, and as I said, my intention was that this was the octopus person, and how you view them. Oh, actually, wait. I remember what happened. This is the group that had two. How they view you and how you view them. There were two cards for how they view you. Let's take a look at what it was. Of course, I dropped that. Everything is fine. And then the other card was the Six of Cups. Okay. And how you view them, the King of Swords. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's talk about it. Pile number 2. This person views you as someone who is very anxious. This person views you as someone who tries to put on a brave face. This person views you as someone who maybe at this time is currently very overwhelmed. They view you as someone who is also very loving. And I think that this person really truly, with the Six of Cups being here, they see you as a soulmate. They see you as someone who is significant. They see you as someone who has potential. And they may not know exactly what a soulmate is, but at the very least, they know that there's potential here. They know that there's a lot of there's a lot of significance to this. This feels important. You feel important to them. But this person also sees you as someone, because I do think for my octopus person, and like I said, that's for most of you, you're going to identify with the octopus person. There's this energy of being completely overwhelmed. There's this energy of being perhaps going through a difficult period. And they recognize that. They recognize that you are struggling right now. They recognize that you are doing your best. And if they're holding back, I think it's because they don't want to mess things up. I think it's because they want to give this the best shot. And even because they may think you need that space. Now I want to talk about how you view them, because we have the King of Swords here, and that makes absolute sense. Again, air signs being represented. Um, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for this dragonfly person. But with this King of Swords, you see this person as someone who has it all together. You see this person as someone who is smart, as someone who is intelligent, as someone who is honest, as someone who is a leader. You really admire this person. Like, you look at the dragonfly and you have nothing but admiration for them. And they appear to have it all together, right? Because you see them as the King of Swords. So they appear as someone who has it all together. You see them as very beautiful. And I want to say they have a lot of warm feelings for you. They definitely see you as attractive with these two cards being here. But you see them as someone who's very beautiful, very attractive, very good looking. But some of you are almost a little intimidated by this person. And this is someone who definitely speaks up, and they can be very blunt at times. And you know that. And you admire that about them. But I also think there's been some conversations where perhaps they've been a bit too honest, and they've perhaps hurt your feelings, or they've said something that was kind of like an ouch moment, maybe without even intending it. For many of you, you see the dragonfly person as just what you want. And for some of you, you see this person also as what you, the type of person that you strive to be. And I want to say, if you're the octopus person and this is how you view this person, you absolutely have these qualities within you. Let's take a look at the blessings that this connection has brought in. Goodness me, I can't pick these cards up. All right, let's look at the blessings. And I did 2 cards for blessings and 2 cards for lessons. We're going to start with the blessings. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. Pile number 2, this is a very sweet energy. For some of you, this person is still in your life. Yeah, the Tower. Okay. So the blessings that have come from you meeting this person, the blessings this person has brought into your life, it's been change. It's been helping you to see something differently. And for some of you, what you've seen differently is yourself. What you've seen differently is what's possible, what you can attain, what you can grow into. For some, this person really kind of came in and shook your world up. Like, this person came in and it was like a complete shakeup of your world and who you are, what you were doing, all those things. This person has also brought in a lot of sweet feelings, a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of hope, optimism, inspiration. And if this is a romantic situation, I do think this person has brought in more romance into your life. Whether that's because you're going on dates and you're connecting with this person, or whether it's because you now have more hope and you're kind of talking to this person and you're excited about it, because for some of you, this is on the newer side. But the blessings here are all about what could be. They're all about bringing change and moving you out of stagnancy, because for some of you, you have been stuck in a period of stagnancy, in a period of perhaps feeling like good things were not possible for you, and perhaps even doubting yourself. Let's take a look at the lessons here, because this feels very sweet to me. This feels very nice. Let's look at the lessons. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, the 8 of Wands. Yeah. So the lessons here are about forward movement. You are being taught, this person came in to teach you the lesson, to put yourself out there, to try new things, to move, to take a chance. Regardless of if this works or not, and we are going to look at the future of the connection next, but regardless of if this works, whether this is a friendship or a romantic situation, there's this energy of like you received a boost of energy and you've realized the importance of going after what you want and being open to what it is that you want. Because for some of you, for a while, you kind of gave up. And you were sitting in the energy of, there's nothing for me, right? Where now you're in this energy of hope, having more faith, having more optimism, being excited. Because I do think this is someone that you enjoy talking to. I do think this is someone that you are genuinely impressed by and that you are genuinely excited to connect with. And they're inspiring you. Pile number 2, they inspire you to be a better version of yourself. And I really think that you inspire them to take care of themselves more and to be a better version of themselves. Because I think that the dragonfly person is someone that can sometimes forget the importance of self-care. Let's take a look at what is the possible future here. What's the possible future of this connection? Because I'm very curious, because this is very sweet energy. The Empress, wow. Justice. Ace of Pentacles. There's a beginning here. For this feels really sweet. Okay. Pile number 2. This person, you and this person can actually build something that's very beautiful. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic for this to resonate for you, but this could definitely be somebody that you build a long-term connection with, whether that is a friendship, a romantic relationship. And I think for most of you, it will be romantic relationships. But this is someone where there's a lot of possibility here. There is a lot of hope for the future. We have the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles with the Justice card in the center. And for many of you, this person is coming in because you've done the work. This person is coming in because you've put forth the effort. This person is coming in as what you've earned, right, for your hard work. And they're coming in to give you what it is that you deserve and what it is that you've been asking for. This is a wish fulfillment that this person is coming in with. And if you've been doubting, right, if you've been having doubts about what's taking so long, because I do think for some of you, your anxiety is taking over a bit, where it feels like, especially if you are the octopus and they are the dragonfly, where it feels like maybe this person is dragging their feet, they're not doing things as, maybe as fast as you want them to, or it feels like it's taking longer, or it just feels different than previous connections or previous friendships, whatever the connection is. I would really recommend grounding yourself, because this has so much potential. And the dragonfly person knows this, and they want to nurture you. They want to take care of you. But again, they currently see you as someone who is a soulmate, but they also currently see you as someone who is overwhelmed. And they want to take care of you, and they want to give you space and time to heal, and they want to make sure that they're taking this slow. Because I do think this is a slow moving energy. I do think this is not something where we meet, we're together, we're married in a year. This feels like there's a friendship that's either being built here or that was already existing, if it's romantic and leading to more. Regardless, there's a strong foundation that this dragonfly person really wants to build here before you move to the next step. And what's possible with the future of this connection is, and if this is someone from your past, reconciliation is definitely possible, but I feel like for many of you, this person is currently in your life to some capacity. But what's possible here is the building of something beautiful together, of something long lasting. For some of you, if you want a family, if you want children, there's a possibility here for children. There's a possibility here for marriage. There is a possibility here, obviously, to get engaged. That comes before the marriage. If this is not a romantic partner, this is like a business partner, there's a possibility to have success. Even if this is a romantic partner, obviously there's the possibility here for success if there's, family and children and marriage and engagement and buying houses. This is a life partner. There's a strong possibility here for a life partner. The thing is, pile number 2, you need to work with this person. You need to communicate with this person, and you need to, especially if you're the octopus person, really work on the anxiety and making sure that it's not taking over, and working with the boundaries as well. Let's take a look at the messages of love. What else is here? Abundance. You've done the work about, you've earned this. Regardless of what this is, romantic or not, you've earned this. This is your abundance flowing to you now. And for some of you, this, again, if you're the octopus person, this is feeling very nerve-wracking because this is different than what you're used to in the best way possible. You've earned it. Stop. Go slow. Get to know each other. Take time to get to know each other. Yeah, go slow. That's what the dragon, my viewer is the octopus. I'm like 99% of you are the octopus. The dragonfly, they're going slow, not because they don't care, not because they don't want this, but because they do. Because they want to watch out for you, because they want to give this the best shot possible. For some of you, this is like a friends to lovers situation. Let's get the advice for you. Yeah, interesting. Let's see these 2 first, because that's how I did it for the other pile. I am worthy of receiving genuine respect and kindness in every relationship I cultivate. That is a good reminder, because you are worthy. And this person does respect you. This person will have, this person is kind. It's just who they are. I am naturally creative and talented. Brilliant ideas come to me easily when I connect to my soul. And one thing, pile number 2, is if you're worried, if you're like super anxious and this is all you can focus on and you're like obsessing over this situation, give yourself a break. Do something creative. Give yourself a break. Watch a movie. Give yourself a break. Do something self-care. Do some self-care for yourself. Then we have allow unlimited abundance. Wow. This person is bringing in abundance to your life. This person is bringing in growth. This person is bringing in all that you deserve. Surround yourself with your soul tribe. Yep. Spend time with friends, especially because this is a group where you enjoy other people, you enjoy connection. But especially if you're struggling with focusing on something else, really go connect with friends, connect with family, connect with people that care about you. And this is also confirmation that this is a soulmate. And then we have be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. Yeah. And speak up. Don't be afraid to communicate and be honest with this person, because I do think this is someone who's going to be honest with you back. This doesn't feel like someone who's just going to tell you what they think you want to hear or get mad at you for saying the wrong thing or something along those lines. But pile number 2, that is what I have for you. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Agate Moon with the beautiful Druzy right there in the middle. So I did do a reading breakdown for this. Go back. I highly suggest you do if you haven't seen it, just so that you know what we're going to be covering today. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. But we are going to start the reading by looking at both of the energies of both of the people in this reading. So my intention is that your energy is going to be on the left and your person's energy is going to be on the right. We are also going to start by looking at the connecting energies for both of you. But if you identify with this side and not this side, that is okay. Sometimes it could be flip-flopped. And if you find yourself in both piles, that is also okay, as, sometimes we connect with people that match our energy. But if this doesn't make sense for you and this doesn't make sense for you, then this may not be your pile. Try choosing a different pile or try a completely different reading. Let's get started. So person A, we have spider energy. And we have martyr with learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. And the shadow attribute is addiction to self-pity. So far, so much is coming in. This was the only pile that one of the people got 2 cards, but they both flew out, so they both wanted to come out. Let's see what we have. The shark. So person number 2 is being represented by the shark and the owl. Talk about interesting energies. And the destroyer, and it says releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. The shadow attributes intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. Okay. And actually, let's do that. And then let's take a look at what we have as far as connecting energies. And we have anxiety. And we're going to talk about all of this. Second chakra with Archangel Ariel. And we have the thinking man. Very interesting. All right. So let me just kind of fix these to the best of my ability. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I want them to look somewhat okay. Actually, let's do it this way for this group. Okay, so I want to start by talking about my spider person, or the person on the left here. So the spider person is someone who is very creative. The spider person is someone who is very spiritual. The spider person is represented by the energy, so by the element, I keep saying the energy, by the element of earth. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. There's also water energy here. And we'll talk more about that, but water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, those can serve as confirmation. If those are not your signs, that doesn't necessarily mean that the message is not for you. But as I was saying, the spider person is very, very creative. This is someone who constantly has new ideas. This is someone who is constantly moving through different interests. There's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm with the spider person here. This is someone who really enjoys the process of creation, the process of learning things, the process of starting new projects. This is someone where the spider person is probably very, very prosperous and abundant, even if they don't necessarily see themselves that way, because we do have quite a bit of an interesting energy for the spider person here. Because I do feel that the spider person is someone who doesn't always see themselves for how powerful, beautiful, how much of a badass they are. I think that the spider person can sometimes struggle with self-criticism. And this is someone that sometimes kind of gets a little bit too into their own perspective, meaning that sometimes they forget to take a step back and see the bigger picture. The spider person is very hardworking. And this is why this person is a bit of a perfectionist, a bit of a there's a lot of perfectionism. There's a lot of self-criticism with this spider person, because this is someone who really wants to achieve many things, and this is someone who can be very hard on themselves. And again, this is someone who doesn't see the power of who they are. They don't see the beauty of who they are at all times. There are times where this person really sees what they are lacking. They emphasize what they don't have to the point where sometimes they forget to take time to acknowledge what they do have and what they have accomplished. This is someone that there's always something else to be done, and they are constantly trying to get to the finish line, if you will. The spider person is someone who is very aware of their dharma, of their purpose, of who it is that they want to be. And they work very hard to become that. This is someone that, while they are very creative, they are very hard on themselves. So sometimes they struggle with creative blocks, right? Where it's hard for them to really tap into their creativity because they're putting so much pressure and expectations on themselves and their creative process. The spider person is someone who is very much in tune with magic. This is someone who is very magical, if you will, very spiritual. I would say that the spider person, one of the spiritual gifts for this person is clairvoyance. They have the gift of prophecy as well. They can see things. They can, the spider person also has very prophetic dreams, is what I'm getting. This is someone who is very good at seeing patterns, and this is someone who's very good at seeing trends and almost, I don't want to say guessing because that's not what this actually is, but if you were to ask the spider person, they may say like, oh, that was just a lucky guess, but they can definitely see what's coming based on previous energies and based on patterns and cycles. The spider person is someone who is usually a bit stressed and usually very overworked because they're constantly working on something. This isn't someone that really has a lot of time for rest or for sleep. This may even be someone who doesn't sleep as much as they should. This is someone who they really have a hard time when it comes to stepping away from their goals, from work, and from, this isn't the person that's like using their PTO at work. This is a person that's trying to work all the way through. This is someone that stays late at work. This is someone that takes on extra responsibilities. And this is someone that doesn't really get tired as much. Like even when they're tired, they find it within them to keep going and keep pushing forward. And at the same time, one thing about the spider person is this person sees things through. This isn't someone who's going to give up because things got rough. This isn't someone who's just going to walk away because they don't think they can do it. Even when they doubt themselves, their tenacity keeps them going. Their dedication keeps them going. And at times, the spider person does become discouraged, but again, it's almost like they just can't give up. They just have to keep going. Even when they're discouraged, they just force themselves to work harder. Even when they are tired, they force themselves to work harder, to do more. And this is someone who is going to be very abundant because of all that they've done. But now let's talk about this shark owl person, because first of all, let's talk about the energy here with the shark and the owl, because we have water signs, and those are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have fire being represented here as well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this person has a lot of interesting energies to them. This is someone who is very direct, and this is someone who's very instinctual. This person does have a lot of wisdom. This person is very, very smart. This person enjoys learning new things. Unlike the spider person, I would say I'm going to call them the shark person. I would say the shark person is more likely to walk away from something and start something new. They have a more scattered energy than the spider person. The spider person is going to see it all the way through. The shark person will sometimes find something more captivating and move towards that. This shark person can be a bit mysterious to others, and I think to the spider person, the shark is a bit mysterious, because I think that what you get, right? What the spider gets with the shark is different energies at different times. There's almost like at times they come across as more in this shark energy, at other times they're more in this owl energy, and other times they're more in this destroyer energy. This is someone who can be very honest, but this is also someone who can play the game, and they can be a bit a bit sneaky. It's like they don't necessarily flat out lie, but this is someone that can really kind of hide certain things if they feel called to. Like, they won't share the full truth. This is someone who is very intriguing because they're very, very smart. They're very entertaining. They're very charismatic. I think the shark person has two very different sides to them. And I think you've seen both sides, because I do think my viewer is the spider person. But the spider person has seen both sides of this shark person. And the shark persona is who this person puts out into the world. It is the mask that they show the world. Whereas the owl is the more gentle-natured part of this person, the more spiritual side, the more generous side, the more trusting side. They don't let a lot of people see their owl side. They don't let a lot of people see their vulnerable sides. Because this is someone who really has a hard time trusting others. This is someone who, honestly, at times they have a hard time trusting themselves. Like, they may question themselves. They don't really trust their intuition, even though they're very instinctual and intuitive. This shark person is also they're very secure, because they've built up their security. And if they're not financially secure, that's something that they are and will build up on, because that's something that's very important to them. This is someone who is not afraid of new beginnings. They're not afraid to say, this is not working, so I'm going to try something new. They're not afraid to walk away from something that isn't offering the return that they were expecting or that they were hoping for. And I think that that's where the shark and the spider kind of had some differing energies, because, again, the spider is going to see things through. And this shark person is someone who comes across as very confident, though I do think there's a underlying current of self-doubt that they try to overcompensate for. This is someone that can be in sales. This is someone that can own their own business. This is someone, whatever their career work is, for most of them, this isn't something that is like the same thing every single day. There's a level of change, right? This is something that they value, being able to do different things. Even if, like, they have a 9 to 5, it's like they're not doing the same exact thing every single day. There could be some level of unexpected to their job, to their work. But this shark person is also very clairvoyant. So they are spiritually gifted, though I think for some of them, they may not be aware of what exactly that means. They just know that sometimes they can just tell, and that they are very gifted when it comes to predicting the future. For some, this shark person can absolutely be into the stock market, and they would be very successful at that because, again, they just pick up on things. Now, let's talk about the connecting energies. Because we have here the second chakra with Archangel Ariel. We have the thinking man, and we have anxiety. This is a connection that feels up in the air. This is a connection that doesn't feel like right now there is much going on. this is a very passionate connection. This is a very, there's a lot of chemistry here, whether this is romantic or not, though I do think for most of you, this is a romantic connection. But right now there's uncertainty, right? Right now there's, for some of you, separation. And this is because both of you are struggling with a level of not knowing. Both of you are in the dark about what's happening here. And it really feels like there's desire here, but there's also a lot of overthinking. And I think you are both prone to overthinking. Where I feel like my spider person tends to overthink and go to worst case scenario, the shark person has a very hard time trusting others. And this shark person is someone that self-sabotages. And I think that there's a little bit of this going on in this connection with this person right now. Let's actually take a look at how they view you and how you view them. So this is how do they currently view you? Ace of Wands. Very interesting. We're going to talk about that. And how do you currently view them? Six of Swords. Okay. So for how they currently view you, we have the Ace of Wands. And they are viewing you as a possible opportunity. They are viewing you as someone who could potentially have a new beginning with them. Like there's this energy here of we can expand together, we can grow together, we can start something new. And with the Ace of Wands, they see you as someone who's very creative. They see you as someone who's very spiritual. They see you as someone who is growing, expanding. For my pile number 3s, some of you are going through a glow up and they are seeing that. Like they see you as a wish fulfillment, almost as like this desire, as this thing that they want, this person that they want in their life. The thing is, I'm not necessarily getting too much action, and we're going to look at what the future of the connection is in a bit. But as far as how you are viewing them currently, with the Six of Swords, it feels like you've walked away. And if you haven't walked away, it feels like there's very little expectation here. Like you're kind of just, it's very interesting because the cards are facing away from one another. So I do think there is a no communication situation here, or very little limited communication happening. Because the way that you see this person is someone who is either moving away from you or you are moving away from them. There's almost this belief here that like perhaps you're not too focused on them because you don't see them as a viable option. You see them as someone who, for some of you, this is quite literally the one that got away. For others of you, though, it just feels like you see them as someone who perhaps like it didn't happen and it's fine and I'm going to move forward and I'm going to do, I'm going to focus on me. For some of you, you came here to ask about someone else and the person that came up is not the person you wanted to hear about. For others of you, this Six of Swords is you viewing them as, it's like there's been growth here. And I think that you recognize that they've done some level of growing. But as far as how you view each other, your person, pile number 3, is looking at the potential while you're more in this defeated energy. And it's very interesting because I do think most of my viewers are the spider. And there is that energy here of just, not realizing how amazing you are, not realizing what you bring to the table. And I can absolutely see why you would view them as that Six of Swords. let's take a look at what the blessings are. What blessings did this person bring your way? What blessings? Wow, the Ace of Pentacles. What blessings what did this person bless you with? What did this connection bless you with? And we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So what we have here as far as blessings is they blessed you with a new beginning and they blessed you with boundaries. And I think for my pile number 3s, what you've had to learn is how to ground yourself in your truth and how to set boundaries with yourself and with other people. And what blessing, right, this connection has brought about has been more self-worth for you, where you've realized what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with. But again, this is also an energy of I'm not going to let outside influences, I'm not going to let anything outside of me get to me. I'm going to focus on myself. I am going to do what's right for me. I am not going to let someone else get the best of me. And I think for some of you, you've set very strong boundaries with the shark person, because I think for some of you, the energy that you were getting was very hot and cold. And a lot of the indecision, a lot of the anxiety was the shark person not making up their mind. And for some of you, the shark person's inability to trust, or struggle with trust, I should say, really hurt the potential of the connection. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be many things. But there was almost like, there's really this distrust that really hurt things from moving forward. And again, the shark person was also showing up as two different versions of themselves. Where this is a person where I think that if you went out with them, like you met their friends, they were one person when they were with you behind closed doors. And when they were out in public, they were a completely different person. Or like one day they were operating under one energy, and then the next day it was like the complete opposite. Because we see the colors here too, right? We see the shark card being a very light card, the owl card being a dark card. That is their light and shadow. It would just, they would flip. It was like the flip of a switch, right? Like they would be one person today, another person tomorrow, or one person today, and 20 minutes later, 2 hours later, they were somebody else. And I think that this shark person can be a bit moody at times. And as I said, self-sabotage for this shark person. So the blessing here was that this gave you a brand new beginning and a brand new understanding of yourself. And it helped you ground yourself into your truth and set boundaries where appropriate. Let's take a look at the lessons that this has brought you. Page of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. Okay, just making sure. So the lessons here, there's a lot of anxiety that this connection has brought about. And I think that's true for both of you, but especially for my spider person. And there's even anxiety around the definition of what the connection is. There's anxiety around what we are, who we are, what's going to happen going forward. There's a lot of unknowns here because there's a lot of things that are kind of up in the air. And even if this ended, it feels like there wasn't the closure that both of you or one of you wanted, especially for my viewer. Like, it doesn't feel like this really felt like you ever got the closure that you needed from it. So the lessons here were patience. The lessons here were to slow down. And the lessons here have been to feel the feelings and sit in the unknown. Sit in the not knowing what's next. Sit in the not having the clarity. And for some of you, you've had to give yourself closure. For some of you, you don't feel like you ever got the full picture. And as I said towards the beginning, especially with the shark person, this is someone who doesn't necessarily lie, but they can lie by omission. They can be very purposefully misleading. And there's this energy that for my viewer, part of your lesson in this was to sit with the unknown and to hold space for yourself, to comfort yourself. Because again, I don't think you ever got exactly what you needed as far as closing the chapter out, or even if there's been a closing of a chapter, because for some of you, this is still ongoing. This is still up in the air. Let's take a look at what's possible in the future of this connection, because I'm very curious. This is very interesting. The Magician. Wow, the Nine of Swords again. We have the Nine of Swords twice. Actually, I'm going to put that one there in the star. All right. So what's possible for the future of this connection? It's going to be different things for different people. For some of you, there will be an opportunity to heal, whether it's by having a conversation with this person, by getting some form of clarity from this person, or even by giving this another chance, whatever that means for your specific situation. Different people, different situations. There is an opportunity here to manifest a meeting or a conversation, especially if you are in no contact. And I do think the shark person is really the one manifesting this with this Magician card here. Like, they are really trying to manifest this spider person's attention back. And for some of you, the shark person is keeping a close eye on the spider person, which I do think is my viewer. And again, different things for different people, because for some of you, there is an opportunity for this to kind of have a second chance, whether that's friendship, romantic relationship, whatever that is, business partner. But in order for that second chance to happen, trust needs to be rebuilt. And the spider person needs to feel seen. They need to feel heard. They need to feel loved. They need to feel like they matter. And the shark person would have to go a little bit deeper. And they would have to be more vulnerable, and they would have to be more authentic. Now, that's completely possible, especially for this group. For others of you where this is like the future here, what's possible is more of a conversation where you both get closure. This feels like you come out of this more at peace and more at ease with this whole situation. Like, there's something, if you want answers to something, or if there's something that you want to understand more, or if there's something you want to get off your chest, that's quite possible here. For this group, with this Magician card here, this Star card, and that Nine of Swords, it's going to be up to you how this unfolds. Because for some of you, this shark person, because I really do feel this is, you guys are my spider, but this other person can reach out, and you may say no. You may say you're not interested, or you may just send the one message or say whatever is on your chest, and that's it. So my viewer, there's a lot of power here. Actually, I should say the spider person has a lot of power here. And it's interesting because it's a change in power dynamic in this connection. Let's see here, because I picked out 2 messages of love just for additional, you guys got an extra one, just for additional information. Time apart. Yeah, there's a no contact here for most of you. Even if you are not in a full-blown no contact, this could be things are not flowing as smoothly as they usually do. Forgiveness, forgiving yourself or the other or another will help you move forward. So for some of you, if this is not someone that you want back in your life, because like I said, I feel for some of you, you may have come here asking about someone else, and like this person just kind of slipped into the reading for you. There could be power here in forgiving yourself or even them, And I'm not here to tell you what you need to do. I'm not here to tell you to forgive anyone. That is yours to give. That is yours to decide on. But there's definitely a possibility here for closure of some sort. And then we have marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. For those of you that do want to give this another go, that marriage card is confirming, especially with that magician and that star card, that this could potentially work out in the long term if you both put forward the effort. For some of you, this could be someone that you are in separation with, that you were married to. But I think for most of you, at the very least, you're going to reach out to one another. And if I had to guess, I would say the shark person is the one that's going to reach out. Because it feels like the spider person has kind of given up on this. The spider person has kind of decided, even with how you were currently viewing them, to have that Six of Swords here, yeah, you're moving on. You've put this behind you. But remember, you are the spider person is the Ace of Wands to the shark person. So they're not ready to let this go. Let's take a look at here at the advice. So we have first, I am in perfect alignment with the universe, effortlessly attracting opportunities and desired outcomes. So whatever it is that you desire, you are manifesting, pile number 3. And if you desire a conversation, a reunion, a closure, if you desire this person to go away, you're going to be able to manifest it. Then we have, you are pure magic. Yeah, this is a reminder for my pile number 3s that you are beautiful inside and out, that you are magic, that you are love, that you are powerful. Then we have release self-doubt, let go of fear. Yep. And that's part of what you're working on. Your self-worth, your self-confidence, loving yourself fully, seeing your beauty. And then finally we have trust your intuition. She's always right. Yeah, you'll know what to do. Pile number 3, you'll know what to do with this. You'll know whether you want to walk away from this, whether you want to have a talk, whether you don't want to have a talk at all, whether you want to entertain it or not. You'll know what to do. Trust yourself. Especially because your intuition is very strong at this time. Trust it. But pile number 3, that is what I have for you. I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now.